fish for Fishin' Affliction. Hello.
Well, Mom and Dad's grab the kids, it's time for the fishing show. Me and old Rusty's gonna go catch them down at the fishing hole. Well, you better stick around, cause you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Grab your hats, grab your baits, don't forget your poles. We're gonna fire up that old nitro boat and head to the fishing hole. We're gonna try to catch a biggin', yeah, that's what we're wishing. Cause me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Yeah, me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Yeah. Man, and we've got it bad.
Just like me. Here, fishy, fishy, here, fishy, fishy, here, here, here.
Well, rise and shine, it's fishing affliction time.
Hey,
Me and
man.
the big dog are waiting for Pat. And when Pat shows up, where are we heading today, big dog?
I'm not sure yet.
Well,
I think we're going to head to Barkley Lake.
one thing I do know for sure is that today is my mother's birthday. So, Mom, I just want to tell you that I love you. Happy birthday. And big dog.
There's a big birthday hug.
There it is right there. We're loaded down with Mama's big lunch sack waiting for Pat. And then we're heading out to we don't know where, but we're going.
We're going to Barkley probably.
Well, there wasn't no probablys about it. It was Lake Barkley with Mr. Pat Singer, Fish and Affliction Prostaffer and longtime friend of the big dog, and a fish catching machine.
Hey, buddy.
Who's this?
This is Brother Pat.
What are we doing today, Brother Pat?
Catching bass.
Whereabouts?
Lake Barkley.
Lake Barkley.
Lake Barkley.
Not too far from one of your stomping grounds where you catch a bunch of fish.
Kentucky Lake.
That's right. As the crow flies, probably what, about 10 miles maybe?
Maybe 10.
But the big dog is taking us to Barkley in adverse conditions.
Very adverse. Foggy.
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 Y'all thinking this is adverse just because we can't see where we're at?
Because Pat has many, many, many days on Kentucky Lake and Barkley. His preference would have been
Kentucky Lake.
But the big dog says, oh, you can't do every show on Kentucky Lake.
Correct.
So here we are, big dog.
Well, hopefully we'll catch them.
Well, there's one thing for sure. If Pat's in the boat, you're gonna catch some fish. And that man knows how to work a topwater and loves doing it. And as this fog is set in this morning time, he and the big dog are just trying to work that topwater bite. But as the fog burns off, it's time to put on a couple Strike King KVD spinner baits and see if we can get the first fish of the day to load up on those Kistler rods. And we sure enough do.
Well, that one loaded on right there. Coming off the boat. I hadn't seen him. Oh, that's a pretty good fish. Hit that KVD. Oh, yes. Hit that KVD spinnerbait. Come up here and talk to me, Mr. Bass. Come on up here. Yeah, that's one way to get him. He didn't have much of a chance. That's the deal in throwing a trailer hook this time of year. He got both hooks in him. He wanted that thing. That's a good sign. We just come around a little point. We got a little more watercolor. And of course, like it's been all year, it was 39 degrees starting out this morning. It's a good solid fish. Now we'll go ahead and box this one since we try to keep 5 during the day just to show what's going on. Give him plenty of air. But as you can tell, it's foggy this morning. We're on Barkley on Bumpus Mills, right out of Bumpus Mills boat dock. And we hadn't gone far. We just kind of put the boat in and started fishing, which is always a good idea when it's fog, where you don't run up on something you shouldn't, like a stump.
Now folks, I've got to run to the back of the boat and get my rod out of the water because I left it in there when the big dog caught the fish and it got hung up on something and was getting pulled out of the boat. And the big dog's so involved in what he's saying, he doesn't even know that we just about lost one of our Kistler rods. Boy, the things you do to make the big dog look good on TV.
What, is Pat hung too?
No, it's my pole.
Okay,
See,
well.
we're trying to make you look like Rusty Rust the big dog. We dropped everything we own because you caught a fish.
Well, we're off to a good start. A good largemouth and all of our equipment still in the boat. And the fog is starting to burn off. So it's time to hit the buckbrush of Lake Barkley. Now, the big dog's got him a jig on so he can hit this stuff and penetrate that wood. But Pat has got other ideas with a spinnerbait.
What you got, Brother Pat?
I think I've got the old largemouth spinnerbait fish.
Hey, you quit playing.
Kind of small, but first fish of the day, we'll take him.
Feels good, don't it?
Feels real good.
What were you working up here, Pat? You got a point on this brush?
Yeah, right off that point. Big buck bush, laying right up under it. Is that a keeper?
I don't know if that is, big dog. You have to tell me.
Let me see.
Pat, normally around here I catch them about 412.
Oh, excuse me.
So I don't.
Daggone, he slipped out of my hand.
I normally catch them 412, Pat. So I don't know. Big dog, did you just put that fish back without an official measurement, or was that the official measurement?
That fish did not measure.
Well, you can see, folks, that we're in for some fun and catching some fish here at Lake Barkley with Fishin' Affliction Prostaff for Pat Singer and the big dog. The wilds of Lake Barkley, just beautiful. And speaking of in the wild, why don't we go see some pictures from this week's
In the Wild. Your pictures in the wild.
Well, you've heard the expression like father, like son, and it's never more true than these three great pictures sent from father and son team of Mr. Carl and Eric Moore. Now that's Daddy Carl on the far left and the far right, and on the left-hand side he's holding a 17-pound rockfish, and on the right-hand side he's holding a 7.5-pound largemouth. And smack dab in the middle is his son Eric with a 55-pound giant cat. These pictures are awesome, and I'd like to thank Mr. Carl and Eric Moore for sending them on in to us. Folks, you can send your pictures to pics@fishandaffliction.com, and don't forget to visit our picture galleries at www.fishandaffliction.com, and maybe you'll see your pictures right here on
In the Wild. Your pictures in the wild.
It's kind of like this, all over, like that.
Maybe kind of like if you kind of steady, and if you pop it a little bit, you know.
There's no way I'm gonna do that.
I believe it's like this. Yeah, it's kind of like this.
It's like this.
Then it's going like this.
No way.
Kind of like this.
The sexy swimmer, it's got action you can't believe until you see it.
I'm kind of liking this.
Here's a preview of the coming chapter in the summer of 2010. Our first annual bass tournament will be held May 15th with fishermen from 8 states in competition for a guaranteed $5,000 cash first prize. The tournament is expecting 250 angler teams. Professional anglers to father and son teams will compete in one of the largest open tournaments in the history of Old Hickory Lake. Our entry fee is no more than your local Tuesday night tournament, just $80 a boat. Budweiser, Robert Orsisko, Riverside Marine, and Anderson Marine have joined in with Blackjack Cove in presenting this incredible tournament event.
94% of fishermen hunt. 100% hunt big game. There is only one solution. Scotty Green Adventures. Hunting the world.
Welcome to Scotty Green Adventures. You pick your species you'd like to harvest and contact Scotty Green Adventures for your adventure of a lifetime.
For hunters only, brought to you by Scotty Green Adventures, hunting the world. Check out all the great hunts at ScottyGreenAdventures.com.
Folks, this is unbelievable footage shot by Affliction Prostaff for catfish. I call this coyote encounters of the very close kind.
Coyote right there, and there's a bunch of turkeys in the fence row.
Folks, this is unbelievable. Catfish is actually on a turkey hunt and has his decoys set out for some turkeys that he can see coming to the decoys when this coyote comes into the picture. Now, the coyote could not see the turkeys that were coming, but Catfish could see both the turkeys and the coyote. So he does a little mouth call and he brings this coyote within 15 feet of where he's sitting on the ground. And as the coyote approaches, he realizes that, oops, there's Catfish sitting on the ground and it's time to get out of here. Isn't that just so cool? Now, the coyote runs off in the opposite direction that the birds are coming. So, in just a few minutes, guess what shows up? That's right, some turkeys. And although there were no longbeards in the bunch, this is just some awesome footage, and this is why I keep saying that he is absolutely one of the best cameramen in all the outdoors. Sure appreciate the footage, Catfish. Looking forward to seeing some more. And now, back to Fishin' Affliction. Folks, while the big dog and Brother Pat are flipping that buckbrush looking for a big old Barkley largemouth, let's talk about the Bass Pro Shop gear list that we're using today. First, our Kistler rods. They're 7-foot to 7.5-foot medium heavy action rods, spooled with Bass Pro Shop Excel monofilament from 12 to 20 pound test, which was perfect for all the different styles of fishing that we did. And the baits that you're going to see today are a variety of Strike King baits, and all of them work just great. We threw jigs, we threw soft plastics, we threw the red eye, and we threw the KVD spinnerbait, which proved to be just a great bait on Lake Barkley. And let's not forget those powerful, long-lasting Deca batteries that kept those live wells going as Pat caught those fish to put in there.
Oh, you got him with a trailer hook, man.
That's nice.
Another little fish.
I like
You
it.
got him with both hooks, didn't you? Well, you know, you keep doing that with that spinnerbait, and I may have to switch.
Take your rod back.
Take my rod back.
There he is, Rusty. Measure.
Here, let me see.
Okay.
You don't measure. Outside it. Imagine that. On the outside of it.
Good fish right there, baby. Ooh, cool. Get the net on that one, Rusty.
Need a net?
Yeah, he's 5 pounds or better.
Here.
Here he comes.
Here, you come on up here.
Here he comes. How about that? Well, maybe he's not 5 pounds, but
That fish is every bit of 5 pounds.
What do you mean? He's 6. Hey, did you break my record? Look at that big old thing.
That's a good one.
Where was he, Pat?
sitting off that mud point.
Of the point, just
Way,
like that last one.
way off that mud point.
Well, you know, we have a boat record, 4 pounds, 12 ounces. And I just think, we gotta, hey, while you're doing that,
okay,
I'm gonna step back here.
Right here, camera.
I'm on it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't even get it.
Oh my goodness, look what's on his back.
Wow.
Oh, lamprey.
A lamprey eel. Now I'm gonna tell you, I done this fish a service catching him, and it's not a keeper fish. But the reason I've done him a service is because them are one
Yep.
bad things right there on them fish.
Isn't that something?
Hey,
yeah, hold on, guys. Let's see what you got. This could be the first official double.
here, let's feed the lamprey to the other one.
You guys. Are you gonna get that lamprey off?
I was gonna feed him to him, really. No,
You got any pliers?
I
Yeah,
do.
The lamprey fell off. Here he goes.
Well.
Yeah, I'm letting this one go.
Okay, you go ahead. I'm gonna get some pliers.
This one's gone because he won't keep. Pat's will. And then
Cut his head off.
me and the lamprey are getting ready to do battle because I do not like these things. I do not like them. He's gonna have
Ice fish. Let me get my pliers for you.
Please.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's going on? All right.
Yo, while you're fishing.
Well, folks, while the big dog is very accurate at eyeballing the weight, I am much more of an official kind of guy. So, the inset picture is my 4-pound, 12-ounce largemouth caught on Kentucky Lake, which is the official Fishin' Affliction record to this point. So, let's see what Brother Pat's is going to be.
And the only reason the official record on Fishin' Affliction is 412 so far is because that's the only one we've ever weighed.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. This is a big moment in Fishin' Affliction history.
I hate it when it gets them scales.
This is 4 pounds, 4 ounces, folks. 4 pounds, 4 ounces. 4-4, still a whopper. And I think the second biggest fish ever caught in Fishin' Affliction.
Oh my goodness, you're so crazy. You're
The second biggest.
The second biggest one you ever weighed.
Well, what can I say? The scales don't lie. But that's a great fish, and it is, to this point, the second biggest one ever caught on Fishin' Affliction, officially. But this is Lake Barkley, and the day is not over.
You are nothing but action in a boat, buddy.
There you go.
Another small BASS bass. Catching these fish staging.
Red eye, aren't they?
Yep. On this Strike King red eye. And I'm not even going to let Rusty weigh him.
The official. I think there's a little bit bitterness in the front of the boat anyway there, Pat.
I'm not. I mean, there's nothing to be bitter over. There's nothing better than giving your buddy his rod, reel, and your bait. Catch him off.
But I do want to turn the camera around real quick because I want you folks to see the official Fishin' Affliction record holder. That's me.
That's the only.
In the background.
We have weighed.
Is the fishing guide that put me on my 412.
We have actually weighed 2 fish. And Dan thinks unless you weigh them, they don't count. And he actually weighed his and it weighed 412. So he thinks he's got the record. So the first one I catch that's a decent fish, I'm gonna weigh him just to beat his daggum record.
Wow. You know, I would think the tournament professional that's in the front of the boat that has this hundreds of wins to his name knows that all fish have to be legally weighed.
Hey, get back here and fish.
See how this is, folks? Catch him, Pat.
Well, I'm rooting for Brother Pat to break the record, because if the big dog does it, we're never going to hear the end of it. And while Brother Pat's trying to catch that big old fish, let's go see what Miss Vicki Porter's got cooking this week in the Skillet.
In the Skillet with Chef Vicki Porter is brought to you by Cleepy.com, turning your precious memories into video treasures.
Welcome to In the Skillet. I'm Vicki Porter, and today I'm going to show you how to make a breakfast casserole. This is a wonderful recipe because you can put it together at night, pop it in the oven in the morning, and you'll have a delicious breakfast in no time. And now for the ingredients. You will need 8 to 10 eggs, 1 pound of sausage, 1 2-pound bag of hash browns, 1 8-ounce can of crescent rolls, 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, 1 cup of cheddar cheese, and salt and pepper to taste. In 2 separate skillets, lightly brown the hash browns and the sausage. Once the sausage is brown, add the cream cheese. Get the cream cheese melted and mixed together with the sausage. Next, scramble the eggs with the cheddar cheese. After everything is finished cooking, layer the hash browns on the bottom of an oven-safe dish. Next, add the sausage, then the scrambled eggs, and smooth the crescent rolls across the top. Bake this on 325 for 11 to 13 minutes or until the crescent rolls are browned on top. This breakfast casserole looks so yummy and it was so simple to make. Folks, you can find this recipe on fishingaffliction.com. I'm Vicki Porter. Join me next week to see what's cooking in the Skillet.
Hey, what do you think about these? Shaw Grigsby likes these, but Denny Brower looks awesome in these. You know, a lot of people don't know that Strike King is the #1 importer of packaged polarized sunglasses in the whole entire country. I've seen Mark Davis wear these, and I like them a lot. They're awesome. But you know what? Me, I have got to have my monsters.
Folks, the Fish and Affliction Business of the Week is Poindexter Bait Incorporated, also known as Poindexter's, up there in Gallatin, Tennessee. Folks, Rusty and I support our local businesses, and although we're very, very fortunate to be sponsored by Bass Pro Shop, we've been customers of places like the Bait Shop in Hendersonville and Flippers up there at Bull Creek for many, many, many years, long before Bass Pro Shop was even here, and we continue to do so. And Poindexter's is just a great place that you can go get just about anything that you need, and this time of the year, it's crappie time. And they've got what you need. They've got the live bait, they've got the jigs, they've got the outfits that you can catch them on to catch your limit of slabs. Now, the Fish and Affliction Featured Business of the Week is not a paid sponsorship. It's the Fish and Affliction way of saying thank you to these hard-working people who provide a great service and a great product. So once again, thanks to Poindexter's up there in Gallatin, Tennessee for being the Fish and Affliction Featured Business of the Week.
The Tournament Trail is brought to you by Fish and Affliction, for those who've got it bad.
Folks, here's the results from the Home Builders Tournament on Percy Priest Lake held on the 20th of April. First place went to the team of Ashley Hayes and Mike Hollingshead with 18.03 pounds. Second place went to the team of Rick Swanson and Turtle Hill with 14.27 pounds. And third place went to the team of Jack Nichols and Jeremy Etheridge with 14.23 pounds. Man, that is close between second and third. And the big fish was caught by Mike Hollingshead, and it weighed 6.44 pounds. What a great fish, Mike. Folks, you can send your tournament results to info@fishandaffliction.com, and be sure to check out our tournament archives at www.fishandaffliction.com and check out all the other great stuff that we have there at the website. And now, back to Fish and Affliction.
This is a decent fish. He ain't no big one. He ain't no giant, but he's in that same little group. Went to a little bit bigger red eye and caught a little bit smaller fish. But anyway, the good thing is the temperature's starting to get up on the water, where we start out at 39 degrees. Sorry about that quick release.
Can we look at the fish next time?
And then we started seeing a little bit of what they're doing, and we were thinking that they might be on the points, but they seem like they may be holding out here off these bars, which are right off the river channel. There's another one. And they're stacked on this one side, but there's a lot of males in the bunch. We'll just see if we can. A lot of males, which what they'll do is they'll stack up and wait. And when those buck bushes flood out, they're up there making their beds. If some of them hadn't been up there already and with them pulling the water down, you know. But anyway. We're only in 2.2 foot of water right here. That's how shallow these fish are right now. They're on the bar. They're just starting to position on the bar. It's a little small male, but if you've seen where I caught him, I'm catching them out, and really there's no cover where they're at. Absolutely no cover. They're just getting on these gravel bars and starting to make their beds or whatever. And I don't know, I got a pair of pliers here somewhere. I had a scratch in my boat. Went over to my buddy Bill over at Boat Doctors, and he took the scratch out, and I'm gonna tell you what, my boat looks like a brand new one now. It's pretty. There they are, Pat. You're right. They're moving down right there on that bar.
What you got, big dog?
I got another one on. Up on the boat this time. You know, I didn't think he was very big, but he might be bigger than I think. No, he's not very big. But he might keep.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
He might keep. And he's been caught before. How do I know he's been caught before?
Black spots on him.
jaw's tore right there where he's healing up.
Damn. Big dog?
That one will not measure. Although he's a chunk, I am gonna put this one on the board. Go right there and kick him on, Pat.
Big dog, do you want me to measure this and see if it's the biggest one you've caught on Fishin' Affliction?
No, I don't think so. But he is gonna be right at it. Not quite though. Good chunk, but 14 3/4. Okay. Back to the red eye bite.
Say record.
Yeah.
Big dog, feels like a decent fish.
Hey, that looks like a keeper there.
It might be. Strike King Red Eye, Chartreuse, I believe is the color that you suggested. I don't know, it might be a little short.
I don't know, that's a pretty solid fish. That fish will be 14 and a half.
What do you think of that? Right
That's
back
good.
to Pat's Point.
Hey, Pat's got a point named after him.
What do you think? You want to
Those
measure
are good, solid size fish to catch, man. They're fun to catch, but he's not a keeper.
Well, he's not 412. We know
Well, there's
that.
one thing for sure. If we're on the water, we're having fun. And it's so great to have Brother Pat out here with the big dog and myself. And now that we've established a pattern, we're going to keep fishing it hard and putting fish in the boat. And that's exactly what we did. Make sure you tune in next week because we've got so many more fish to show you. And we're going to spend some more time with Pat and we're going to learn about his family, a very large family that is so rich in the traditions of the outdoors and fishing. And I can't wait to share it with you. And if you tune in next week, you're going to see the very first dispute about the weight of a fish. Did the big dog catch a bigger fish than my 4-pound, 12-ounce giant? Well, tune in to Fishin' Affliction next week and you'll hear the big dog say,
It said 411.
It did not say 411. You're the line of joker.
It said 411, big dog. What do you want me to tell you?
That fish was not 411.
Fishin' Affliction is brought to you by Strike King Lures, Deca Batteries, Kistler Rods, and Bass Pro Shops. Thanks for tuning in this week, and please join us again next week because...
Yeah, me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Grab your hats, grab your baits, and don't forget your poles. We're gonna fire up that old nitro boat and head to the fishing home. We're gonna try to catch a biggin'. Yeah, that's what we're wishing. Cause me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Yeah, me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Yeah. Man, and we've got it bad.